Romanticism in 1800 and 1870. What is romantic? Romanticism, or a Romantic era period, was an artistic, literary, and intellectual movement that originated in Europe toward the end of the 18th century, and in most areas what is its peak in the approximate period from 1800 to 1840. What is romantic? Partly a reaction to the Industrial Revolution, it was also a revolt against aristocratic social and political norms of the Age of Enlightenment and reaction against the scientific rationalization of nature. It was embodied most strongly in the visual art, music, and literature, but had major impact on historiography, education, and natural science. What are the primary features? Glorification of nature, awareness and acceptance of emotion, celebration of artistic creativity and imagination, emphasize on aesthetic beauty, themes and solitude, focus on asceticism and history, spiritual and supernatural element, vivid sensory description, use of personification, focus on the self-autobiography. What happened in history during this time? Romanticism, also the Romantic era and Romantic period, is an artistic, literary, and intellectual movement that originated in Europe toward the end of 18th century and was peak in the approximate period of 1800 to 1850. Feelings and sentiment are very much present in Romantic work. Famous artists during this period. William Blake, 1757 to 1827, poet, artist, and mystics. Blake wrote songs of innocence, songs of experience, the Four Zeus, and Jerusalem. Blake is not considered a classical romantic poet, but its new style of poet and mystical experience of nature had a significant influence on the growth of Romanticism. Next, Robert Burns, 1759-1796, Scottish Romantic poet who was influenced in the development of Romantic poetry. He wrote both of English and Scottish and also contributed to radical politics. This is an example of painting by Eugene de la Cruz. This is the second example of painting by Francis Goya. Second example of painting by Frances Goya. This is an example of sculpture, the Erming and Departure of Night, one of the Holy Grail tapestries. This is a second example of sculpture, date 1843, medium bronze and atelier. This is an example of architecture by Paul Nash in 1889 to 1946. This is an example of film, The Age of Innocence in 1993. This is an example of dance, the Regency era, this term referring to the English French legends in 1811 to 1820. This is a second example of dance, the flowering of Romantic era. This is an example of photography, artist Antonio Jean Grus. This is a second example of photography. Little is known about his enigmatic portrait except the young reader held a copy of the New York Herald. That's all. Thank you for watching.